these speedlings out, but then these speedlings can run away super quickly. And for Pokerface, we're seeing another expansion. So he's really taking not just advantage of the micro game and army size, he's even taking the advantage of economy because he does have this double hatch. He's doing some good creep spread, and here comes a surround, trying to surround. NeoRedArchon trying to run away from these zerglings, and a perfect surround on these Marines, doing quite a lot of damage. Here comes more Marines. Perfectly timed to split them up in two groups over here, and it did prevent the Baneling Bust from Pokerface. But Pokerface is going to transition to mutas, as you can see, because he is pulling out 4 mutas, because right now NeoRedArchon has nothing. He has no missile turrets, and his economy is way... Oh, actually, he did manage to put his economy back on. He's even building 2 barracks here because he can't stand more pressure, because he's already got this opening. He can't let this opening also happen. So he's definitely going to put up these 2 barracks, not allowing the zerglings to come in, but there's definitely enough banelings to bust through. So we are seeing more mutas coming out on the field. NeoRedArchon here is actually, he only has Marines, so it's not looking good because these banelings kill off Marines in seconds, and that's just not good. And right here, Pokerface is even spreading creep on the high yield for NeoRedArchon, so he can't expand. But as you guys all know, in mid game actually, it's fine for a Terran to go on a 2 base, but here is a Zergling push. I'm not sure if these Marines will be able to micro-collect. The Banelings are at the back end. I hope these Marines... No, and these Marines are way down. They even get surrounded, and perfect Baneling Bust, killing every single Marine. Even these Medivacs might be sniped out because of the mutas. So, really, right now, Pokerface has complete map control. He's not even allowing NeoRedArchon to move over these Xel'Naga Cavern towers. So Pokerface putting a humongous amount of pressure on NeoRedArchon, and it's never good for a Terran to be under so much pressure, especially when it's when you're forced to make Marines. And I think right now NeoRedArchon is forced to make an armory for the Thor because of the mutas that have been on the field. And here it's some mutas for scouting, and 2 mutas do die. I don't know if that was purpose or not, but actually we do have a missile turret here defending the tank, and it will prevent the mutas from killing the tank. So very smart placement of missile turrets over there. So for Pokerface, he is way ahead in the economy. He's got 3 expansions, and it is totally looking good for him right now, because NeoRedArchon is obviously behind on army size, and yes, he is behind. He's at 124, and if you look at it, the drone count, actually it almost evens out because of the drone count for Pokerface. But then again, Pokerface is way ahead. He could probably make almost 50% of his army with larva in no time if he loses it. So it's not looking good for Archon over here at all. We're even seeing the increased attack for the mutas, but we are seeing a 2-2 for the Marines. So I think right now NeoRedArchon has to depend on these Marines, but it's never good. Oh, is this an all-in? He's pulling out a lot of SCVs and Marines and 3 siege tanks and a lot of Medivacs. Actually, no! What is NeoRedArchon doing here? He's sending all these SCVs to middle of nowhere, and oh, these tanks are positioned way off time. It is not going to be good. These Banelings even run up the ramp. Oh, and these mutas will get sniped out fairly quickly because of the Marines. This tank does survive, but it was such a shame because 2 of the 3 tanks do die because of poor positioning. And if NeoRedArchon only had that vision, and these mutas are going to come back to destroy that tank, so that's not going to be good. So right there, NeoRedArchon lost a humongous amount of drones. Here comes the Banelings for the bust. Oh, and all the Marines die. Even those Marines die, and that's just not looking good, really. It's just not looking good for NeoRedArchon right now. I don't know why he's sending all his SCVs to this natural. He's not really using them as a human shield. So I really don't know what's up in NeoRedArchon's mind. He even has a siege tank here just chilling by the creep, not good, I would say. And again, more Banelings are being morphed to fend off this Marine attack. It's not going to do much, even though he's perfectly positioned. There is an overwhelming... He picks up those Marines. This siege tank will die because it's terribly positioned. And it's just going to try to drive back, but these feelings are like super fast. He even drops these Marines to try to save that siege tank, but it was a bit late. Oh, I honestly don't know what Archon is up to. He's pulling out more SCVs as he goes. Oh, he's actually mined out. That is why I am... Oh, he's trying to expand. Oh my goodness. Forgive me for my lack of... I don't know. Just forgive me for my stupidity. So, Red Archon actually has to wait for this creep to go back, which is never fun. I mean, I honestly don't get it. But it is pretty lame how you have to wait for the creep to shrink, because, I mean, I shouldn't Blizzard just make it, you know, disappear after you kill the hatchery or creep tumors? But anyways, this is StarCraft. It's such cool graphics. I mean, look at the creep just, you know. Anyways, so that army did die, and here are just, I mean... Right now, Archon is forced to make Marines because it's the cheapest unit, and here is an all-in. I think this is almost all the SCVs left, and Archon realizes that he really needs this expansion. If he doesn't have it, he's gonna lose. But it's, oh my goodness, these SCVs. Oh, and here comes a stim for Red Archon, pushing these Zerglings back, but the Banelings come from the back, and this is not looking good. Oh my goodness, and there's a boss killing the whole... Well, I would say the whole, because right now he probably lost this battle. Almost the whole army, and there's only one Thor in the field, because those Banelings were perfectly timed, and they were well in position, and here comes submarines trying to defend the expansion. The expansion is on fire. It's not getting repaired. And again, right now, pokerface is just trying to add a lot of pressure on to Archon right now, because he's just purely pumping speedlings. I think he's even going to intercept these SCVs from going down to the expansion, so definitely playing smart here. He is going to even run into the main of Red Archon because it is defenseless, and these Marines are forced to pull out. I think pokerface might be about to do a counter push at the expansion, but no, he's actually going to run straight to his main with these speedlings. But then, these feelings, actually note, these feelings are going for the expansion, and this expansion is defenseless. It's only got mules, so right here, I think Red Archon will be forced to say GG after this, because he's got nothing right here. This is his last expansion, last small chance and hope of getting money, and he's really got nothing left. This is his whole army, with another Thor coming on the way. Honestly, that cannot win this game. But he's not going to give up yet, even though there's 11 Banelings coming on the way, and I think these are on 3-3. I would believe so. Are these Zerglings? No, they're on actually 2-1. So that's surprising, but obviously, no matter how strong Baneling attack is, they still kill off Marines fairly quickly. And here comes the Banelings, even going to finish off these Marines. And I believe it is going to be GG after this ball of Marine dies. And here are more Marines just going to die to mutas. Oh, this Thor here actually going to rack up some kills on the mutas, but he's going to die, sadly. And there is GG for Red Archon over here, and he is left with these lonely medevacs with nobody in them. And lots of power to use, but nobody to spend it on. So, once again, very... Oh, actually... I'm not sure. No, he did not. Nope, he did not. I was just thinking that he even took out this expansion, but no, that was the expansion that flew over all the way to this one to get sniped out. So, that was a fairly awesome game between Red Archon and pokerface. Red Archon, no stranger to the C community. He is one of the most famous players, I would say, in Southeast Asia. And unfortunately, he did lose to pokerface because pokerface, I would say, from a Terran's perspective, put on crazy pressure. I mean, it is terribly hard to go with that many pressure, because especially in blistering sands where you have two openings after these rocks, it's just terrible. I mean, like, all Zergs, okay, if they go for a Roach Rush, it's really challenging for a Terran to defend, because a Terran usually depends on the wall, but then obviously with this opening destroyed, you can't depend on a wall because of this, I don't know, tree, grass thingy that blocks you from building stuff. So Pokerface really took advantage of this map, trying to attack from NeoRedArchon's natural because he fast expanded, and his main from the backdoor rocks. So that was very well played by Pokerface, and I really think he played super well, because he even put up an early double hatch in his base to support that pressure for the larva production. So this was just one of the best games I've casted, and I really love to cast more of these games, but I will announce that I'm only casting about 1 or 2 games a week because I have to go to school, and it's never fun to not be able to cast, but I still will cast, and there's nothing more exciting than casting for awesome players on Southeast Asian server. So I hope you guys stay tuned in weekly, because I will be casting some games every week, and this will be so fun for me because I am going to cast Pokerface more and Alternative Pig and whatever that comes to me. So I hope you guys actually check out my email, which I will post below, and send your replays over there if you want it to be casted. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys remember to subscribe and tune in for my next videos. And peace out. See you guys.